passere. Let's give it up. Hi everybody, I'm Passere, and this is going to be a 100% unrestricted run of Stray. And I'm here with Lumina.
Hi!
And this is Stray, this is Cat Game. So, I guess let's just get started and we can explain some things along the way. Oh wait, I should count that down, shouldn't I? Let's start that again, it's fine. So we'll start on my countdown, it'll be when I start this final. So that'll be in 3, 2, 1, go. I was just too excited to get into it. But it opens with this nice, relaxing cutscene, so we can kind of, ease into the run a little bit. And, we're about to see all of our cat friends. We're about to go and play with them. And it starts off very chill for a game that has, like, a lot of emotional hit to it.
It is a very calm beginning. It kind of like, it's like, yes, it's gonna be a very chill, I'm gonna run it as a cat, and it's like, bam, hits you with the feels and like inspirational philosophical story. It's very fun. I was not expecting the tone shift that this game gave when I started playing it.
No. So these are our buddies. We're gonna say hi to them. I guess so this is unrestricted, which means we get to do all the glitches. And so one of the things about unrestricted is that we do skip some of this nice, relaxing opening to a certain extent. So we're not actually going to see very much of our friends here, because I'm going to start off with nap skip. So we're supposed to take a nap with these guys, but there's a way to skip that.
I think the wall is a little bit more interesting than a nap.
We don't need to sleep. Although, actually, you can donate for us to take a nap later.
True.
There's the cat nap incentive, where we can take a little nap with the cowboy.
My favorite
and
nap
obviously,
spot.
that one is much better than this nap at the beginning. Okay. So now we skipped the nap. We're supposed to take a nap and go into a cutscene. But we don't want to do that. We just want to, like, fall out of bounds and get on with running away from all of this, basically.
And we avoid the cat, that white cat on the very, very right, because if we do, it'll trigger the cutscene, right? Or get us locked into this space.
So that'll just waste time then, because then you have to watch the whole cutscene.
That we worked so hard to skip.
And now we're running. And yes, we do have a meow button. This is Cat Game. Of course we have a meow button.
Gotta make our presence known, obviously.
Of course. And because we're going fast, and because the meow button also happens to be the button that we use to shake off enemies, we do have it bound to scroll, which means sometimes you hear a lot of meowing. Because I can just scroll forever and we'll just keep going. So get ready, guys. But we are coming up on a bit of a sad cutscene. It's the setup for the story, but it is definitely emotional. So you've got a few options. If you want to, watch the setup for the story, that is fair. If you want to skip the sad cutscene, we have this awesome skip called the donation skip. If you click that donate button and open up a tab to donate to the Malala Fund right now, you can skip the sad cutscene.
Correct.
No! But yeah, this game does not stay cute and playful for long.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Right?
We'll be fine. Everything's fine. This cat's magic. This cat has magic saliva, just a few licks, everything's fine.
His broken leg just fixes itself.
Yep.
I like how they're meowing up there, like, this will clearly bring you back.
Yeah. Actually, though, like the way that the cats look down when your cat falls. I like banged my arm when I was under the bed once and looked out from under it, and my cat was looking at me with the exact same look, with like head tilted to the side, like, oh, interesting.
What you doing
You've
down
hurt
there?
yourself. Yeah. So very accurate cutscene.
This is where we start getting the first indication that maybe we're not alone, and that maybe someone else is maybe looking out for us a little bit. And also the first introduction we get, though brief here, of one of the main enemies of the game, which are the Zerks, which, as we find out through the story, are biologically engineered bacteria that humans designed to literally eat garbage. And they're like, cool, but what if we did more than that? And they evolved on their own to eat metal and became problems.
Big problems. But look, our kitty's fine. Everything's fine.
He's good.
One sec, and then we'll start running.
I have a little bit of trivia when this title card pops up. So this title card has multiple layers. Each title on each of the levels that we go in has like a single word that encapsulates it, and a thing at the bottom that says the actual title of the level. So that one said Dead City on the bottom, and the bigger word on top was city in the robot script, which in a lot of places in the game can actually be translated. So I'll just go over them now because we won't have time to look at them. But the very first level, which we passed, we actually skipped the cutscene that would show this, was BLUE or blue. This one is city. The next one, the flat, is help. The first time we go in the slums is home. We go into rooftop, that's radio. My favorite one is when you go back to slums, it says hope. Dead end is save. The sewers is risk. Ant village is peace. Midtown is light. Jail is lost. And control room is CTRL or control. My favorite little like bit of lore. Paid skip.
Oh,
Yes.
there we go. You know,
I'm
cats
just gonna cut in super quickly to announce that we are already halfway towards the cowboy catnap incentive.
Yes.
Yay! That one's gonna be very fun. You're gonna meet all of our robot friends soon, and then you'll understand why we need to have the cowboy catnap.
Also, you asked me this last time. That sign doesn't translate to anything as far as I
Really?
can tell. Yeah. Like, maybe one letter of it does, but, like, I looked at both alphabets and they didn't, because I was curious if it did. And I was sad to find out it
Interesting. It would be a lot of work to, like, have every single sign translate to something.
I think somebody looked and found a lot of them.
Yeah, actually. Huh. I wonder why that one doesn't. Anyways, here's the Zerks. Here's our buddies that try to kill us.
So this is where that scroll wheel meow really comes into play, because if they jump on you, they will sort of conglomerate and you have to shake them off by meowing really, really loud. And so if we have it on scroll wheel, we can basically prompt the meow button a bunch of times. It basically flings these Zerks immediately off and doesn't slow us down. So it's super useful in a section where we have to run very fast and hopefully not get hit.
Unfortunately, if you play this on console, you just are stuck mashing the button.
It's the worst.
Yeah. There's also an achievement for doing this entire section right here without getting hit by a single Zerk.
I have not
Which would-
managed it.
It would
at
be the
all.
dream for a speedrun, but yeah,
Right?
it is hard. But here we are, we're safe. Everything's fine.
This is, I think, one of my favorite, like, just sections in the whole game. Like, nothing happens. It's just mainly straight platforming. But in the, like, this section is called Dead City. So this was one of the places that humans and robots, or probably companions at that time, lived. But, secret lore of the game that, like, you learn as you go through that we're going to be text skipping through is that the reason that we're only seeing robots and no humans is that this was a walled city that was created for some reason, just like, hey, safety. But because there's a lot of humans in one spot, It's sort of just a lot of the humans died out because of just this like catastrophic event happened. And so a lot of the places where the humans lived just sort of became abandoned and created this super cool, it's like little like dark, scary, lonely platforming area.
Although the perfect parkour spot for a cat.
It's cool. You can really see where the inspiration of the Kowloon wall, like city, basically, like the city that's like stacked on top of each other, super high, like thin walkways. Was a big inspiration for this game, and you can really kind of see that in this section in particular. Also, don't forget to meow to a camera if you haven't.
I did to one early on, but let's see.
Good.
Let's grab another one somewhere.
There's one coming up.
I might be at the wrong angle for that one now. That's okay. There's some in flat. Oh, there's one. No, it's not one. We'll find one.
But yeah, in this section, like I said, like you kind of see that like maybe there's someone else watching out for you that we're gonna meet really soon. That if you meow at the cameras, it nods back at you in acknowledgement. It's very fun.
There we go.
Yay!
And we're on the keyboard. This is a very cat activity.
Keyboard cat. I'm about to meet our friend B12.
Yeah, we're really close to that.
Let me know when I can slide in with a donation or two.
Right here would be good, actually.
Fabulous.
B12 yet.
I have $5 from Chase that says, "Hey y'all, Chase here again. Gigi is happy to be famous and says, GG's everyone." I think she means GG's, but my cat is a little rusty. How about a $5 kitty train, chat? Share your kitties. Yes, please share your kitties.
Yes.
Share your kitties and remember to put the $5 towards the catnap incentive. It would be awesome. Please share your cats. We love cats here.
We love cats. I'll share my cat while this cutscene's happening. You should be able to see Goggles on the couch right there, but just the back of him. He's turned around. He's not ready. He's not ready for the full reveal yet. Maybe he'll turn around during this.
Here's our friend B12, the robot companion that stays with us through the rest of the game and introduces one of the coolest inventory management systems I have seen in a very long time, where he digitizes everything and keeps it with us.
I love the cat's reaction, though.
She's like,
just slap it.
I watched behind the scenes of like this section in particular. It was like Boundary Break one, and the angles that are taken to like get these things puts them in very weird positions. Like some of them, the cat's in the floor, or he's just
it's
like
terrifying,
like leaned over sideways, or he's just like way bigger. It's very fun.
The other thing you're going to hear me meowing a ton for is when there's dialogue, because that same button that we use, or the same scroll wheel, I guess I should say, that we use to meow and shake off zerks is also the dialogue one. So there's lots of meowing. Mixing up my codes.
There's so many codes.
Very easy at any percent, you just have the one.
Yeah.
And then, anyways, here's a bucket.
Spin!
Poor B12 doesn't know what to do. Wait, let's see. B12's too high now.
Where did he go?
He went like way up there. Yeah, he's trying to keep up.
So this is where we get our first memory, which are things that B12 uses to sort of collate what happened between him being put to sleep or whatever have you, and try to figure out what happened to the current day. So there are a total of 27 memories that we can find across the game. There are 5 main memories that we get as we play through all of the chapters and watch all of the cutscenes. So we're actually not really skipping many cutscenes except for one. And then there are 22 sub-memories spread between each of the levels. If we get all of these, we get a cool jacket at the end, but that is where the 100% comes in of getting all of the memories, all 27 memories, and all 6 badges across the game. So that was the first one that we get, where it shows like, hey, there's an outside to this place.
Which the cat knows, but I guess B12 doesn't know that the cat knows. I wonder what B12 thinks about the cat, actually. You never really get that, like, whoa, a cat.
Just another normal being. Guardian. Well, you get the early clothes.
So there's a glitch that you can get. It doesn't save any time, but it's absolutely adorable because the Guardian is supposed to go through this whole animation where he closes that door and you can see it close behind him. He's supposed to be doing that, but because he started the animation early, he breaks out of it soon and he smiles at you when you meow.
It's the best.
So cute. It's my favorite.
We're clearly a Zerk, and that's what they're trying to figure out.
Yeah, they've never seen a cat before.
It doesn't help that when he moves his head, his eyes gloss over like cats do, and it makes him look Zerk-like.
Yeah. The shiny eyes looking at you in the distance. But it's okay. The Guardian has realized we're not a Zerg. And everything's safe.
And this is where we start really breaking the game.
Yep. I was actually about to say the exact same thing.
Perfect.
So after this cutscene's over, I'm going to talk to the Guardian again. He's going to tell us where we're supposed to go next. And we're not going to do that.
He's like, yeah, you have to go, like, talk to Momo, who's, this guy has been working to, like, maybe try to leave based on to try to find the outside that was on that postcard that you definitely saw us showing him. And then he's like, yeah, I had a bunch of friends and stuff, but they're all gone now, so you go and find their books. And then he's like, oh, you found them. Wait, there is a way to get outside. Go and put this transmitter up there so I can talk to them. But instead, we're gonna go into Elliot's house, put ourselves in a very specific subpixel position, where and this is where some cool tech comes in, where we are like you do some specific lining up and some specific interactions of jumping from an object that you can run on to an object that you can't, and by doing this and landing a specific way because you jumped on that, we sort of break the cat and break physics for a little bit, and we fly.
We don't need the cat.
We fly through the air, but because we can fight against that, we can put ourselves on something that we can interact with, get outside, and then use this to break through the wall and fly through the void until we get to a very specific spot, which is by the sewers, which is where we would end up getting to after we go through.
Oh no, I clipped through the floor. Okay, we'll have to do that again. That's okay, you just get to see it again.
Yeah. So the reason it actually sends us up and to the left is because the game is like, you jumped on something you weren't supposed to. I'm going to send you back up to the direction you jumped from, which is up and to the left. And if we let nothing happen, it would just send us up and left into the void, which is why we have to like run against it. So it can sometimes mess with things like when you try to go back inbounds or jump on the right spot, it will clip you into the bed sometimes, or you'll fall through the void.
I'll just do it again so you guys get another demonstration. More time to process it. This is called sleep paralysis for a bunch of different reasons. Partly because it's a bed. Partly because of how long it took people to figure it out. They hadn't slept in weeks. Oh, there we go. Okay. It's really cool though how the community came together to solve this, because like everybody could tell that there was something weird about the bed, but it took a lot of work to find like the subpixel and like the angle you need and all of that.
there's a training tool that they use to find like the objects you can run on and objects that you can't, called the Stray Trainer, and that's what they actually use to find a lot of the secrets, to find like these weird interactable spots. And yeah, so us landing here gets us a checkpoint that we normally shouldn't be able to get to until we've gone through slums the normal way, dead end, going back, or slums, rooftop, slums again, and then dead end after we save Doc. But what that does is if we quit and reload, it actually gives us everything that we need. It assumes that we've done everything before that point, and so if we reload, it gives us everything up until that point that we would need to, continue the game, because you can't continue the game if it's broken. So it actually, even though we never went to rooftops, it allows us to go back to it through the chapter select, and that's what Sarah is doing right now, is going up to rooftop to get all of the memories there, including one of the main memories, which is after you put the transceiver, which is in our inventory now, because the game's like, you obviously have been through this and need this, and then we can just never come back here again.
We do very, very little of the story in Unrestricted.
It's in this section. I think you find out the story, right? Like, kind of what's going on with like Necocore.
Yeah, that's true. Except then we like skip every text so that you don't actually learn anything. You guys are gonna get the general idea of the story, but you'll probably be spared some of the like major like plot point spoilers, except for what we talk about.
I kind of like running 100% because I like run any percent and 100% because you do kind of get all of those things. You still do it fast, but like you get to experience the whole of everything and have it technically make sense by the end of it.
This part is kind of creepy though. This is where the game starts to get creepy. Well,
look how
I guess
gross.
the
There's
Zergs were
a
creepy,
pizza
but
place. It's a little pizza place side.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah, the tonal shift that I mentioned is just it turns into horror, and I was not expecting it to be slightly horror-y when I like picked up this cute like cat platforming game. It's like, haha, surprise! Like we're turning this into Spore.
Blackheartwings called this the cute horror block because we had Cult of the Lamb and now we've got Stray.
Oh yeah,
Stray is the horror game you didn't expect.
It all
True.
comes together, you see? Do let me know when I can squeeze in some donations. We have so many cat donations just ready.
Now's a good time, I think.
Fabulous! I have $10 from Zoya that says, Cat donation train! $10 for my two boys, Simon and Dusty. I also have $5 from Cassasaur that says, donating in honor of my cat Finn, a former stray himself, who's taking a cat nap of his own right now, or else he'd be enjoying this run like I am. Donation train for our feline friends? Yes, please, 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 please. Are we good for one more?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. I have $25 from Sam the Man that says, hopping on the $5 train with tickets for me and my 4 cats curled up around me. Calcifer, Kochek, Big Boss, and Mr. Midnight.
Oh.
those are great names.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a great dono with names and nicknames if you would like to hear it.
Let's do it.
I have $25 from Merlin's Whiskers that says, my cat's name is Pippin, but his nicknames are Bibo, Peep Pop, Pip Pop, Beebin, Pepperoni, and Pecorino Romano. Meow to all of the gamers and staff.
That's fantastic.
I agree.
All right, this is how all cats use elevators, right? Totally, right? This is what your cats do, too.
Cats do defy gravity, so you know.
Anyway, so just by like walking, oh, it's really getting stuck today. Hello, cat. By walking into the wall before the elevator starts moving up, you can just skip the elevator.
I have no idea how that one works. Every time I see it, I'm just like, you should not be able to move this way, but hey.
It's so different from any other glitch. But we've made it to the top. We've plugged in the transceiver, which we need to do in order to find Doc. And we're actually going to go meet Doc. Not immediately, but later.
This was the one that we needed to talk to Zabaltazar, right?
Oh, this one was for Zabaltazar, you're right. Because it's, this is what I get for running unrestricted. You know much more about, like, what things are actually supposed to do what.
We will be going to see Doc soon, who is, unsurprisingly, a very direct reference to Doc from Back to the Future, because a character that is his in-game son and somebody that like we use to get to the section where Doc's at is Seamus, which is Marty McFly's middle name. So Doc and Seamus are related. They look like the characters. It's very fun.
You won't... This whole chapter that we're going to is supposed to be about, like, doing things with Seamus, but we're not going to, so you won't see Seamus until the next chapter.
Perfect.
Oh, that's a bar.
So this is where... Oh, sorry, go.
I was just going to say this is where we're back in slums, so... Go for it.
Yeah, this is where we actually would collect all of the collectibles. The reason that we didn't do it the first time that we were in the slums is every collectible that you collect, when you reload a chapter, which is what we did after we hit that slums or that sewer checkpoint, it gets rid of all your collectibles when you reload a chapter, so we can't actually collect them until we come back to slums. So this is why you're getting all of the things now, which is you only get 3 cans, right?
Yeah,
which is 3 soda cans, which we can use to barter for some items that we need, and all of the multiple memories across this area.
And the music sheets.
Yes, the music sheets. There are 8 music sheets that one robot who has a gas can guitar will play, but we skip through it because we don't have time to listen to music, unfortunately. But that gives us our first of the 6 badges, which are actually get put on our little jacket and give us some little swag. So it's kind of fun.
The old route, you only got to hear 1 of the songs. This route, you'll get to hear 2 of the songs, I guess. So you get 2 out of 8 with this one.
Fancy,
but yeah,
that's fun.
Listening to music is slow, unfortunately. Whoops, sorry.
I love that you can just trip
on you.
people. You are truly a cat. You trip people.
So that was Momo that we saw. We don't see much of Momo either, even though he is like a major character.
This is my favorite memory to collect because that's ramen, and that's actually sticks of ram in that soup.
Mm-hmm. It's so good. And so we're gonna grab another music sheet here.
And in Clem's house, who we're gonna meet later.
Oh, I always forget this is Clem's house.
Yeah, we collect the books of all the outsiders.
Yeah. What you're supposed to do. We're not doing that. Plot? Who needs plot? We skipped all that.
Plot in a speed run? Nah. We do get to see a dead guy, though. Just chilling on the roof.
I do think about that sometimes. Like, because they're robots, they just show, like, the dead robots, but, like, the robots are people.
They've become people.
They've become people. That's our guitar friend. I'm not going to give him a song yet. First, we got to get the last... there's one more after this. I gotta grab this. Then we're gonna give him a song. Enjoy this song while you have it. And now we're gonna rip off the shopkeeper.
Yup. It's kind of cool because, like, it kind of goes back to Elliot's house, actually, is that you did collect a memory in Elliot's house before you did sleep paralysis, because even upon checkpoint reloads or chapter reloads, you actually keep all of the memories that you collect. They are tied to the actual save file. So, what we're able to do here is basically use a checkpoint reset to skip having to pay all the way through on these things, or on to get the memory and the item that we need. So we reset a checkpoint. It gives us our inventory back for some reason, and then we can just rip him off and not have to pay him his full price. Or we do pay full price, but we don't lose money. Or cans in this case.
Yep, the energy drink cans that we got are the currency. This is the second and last song you're going to hear. Enjoy it.
That's a good one. And then we reset checkpoints a bunch to give Marusk the sheets. It counts as having given the sheet, but we don't need to actually listen to them. And we reset the checkpoint to not have to do that and continue until we have all 8 and get our first badge.
So this would be a great time for more of those cat donations.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, you got it. Let's see. I have $50 from Azure Mosquito that says, have to donate during one of the best games I've ever played in honor of my 3 rescue kitties, Michael, Mavra, and Pasha. Let's get that catnap. Trans rights. Heck yeah.
Yay.
And an update on that incentive, we are now just over 1,500 out of 2,000. So we are so close. Chat really got on that $5 train and moved it. We are so very close. You guys are doing amazing. I can't wait to read more of these cat donations that you have sent in.
So many cat donations.
So many cat donations. I have $5 from Kurt Mack that says, my cat Colette is curious about this game, but so far is watching from a distance. She's not above rapidly pawing the screen if she were more excited, though.
Okay, so we got all the music sheets to Marusk. We got the badge. And now you get to see Marty McFly, also known as Seamus, for the first time.
He's got the bucket hat, he's got the puffy vest. We get a badge just for doing the story.
Yep.
Great.
And
What's your setup? Do you do keyboard or keyboard and mouse and controller?
I do mouse and controller. Actually,
Gotcha.
I guess I do use keyboard and mouse and controller, because for that part specifically where I'm resetting the checkpoint there, it's easier to use keyboard because it has more precise movement for selecting the right music sheet. So otherwise you have to use the stick,
fair.
which is just not, like, I don't know why it's like that.
Yeah, because this game will seamlessly swap between keyboard inputs and controller inputs. A lot of runners will actually mix the two. Some people like myself will do these running sections or some of the platforming sections with the controller because it's easier to do angled jumps than trying to do it on WASD. And then we'll do these cat sections with the keyboard and mouse because it's easy to just scroll through the meowing. So it's kind of cool that it can really entirely be a play your own way of whatever works best for you. I know my keyboard and mouse setup is vastly different than a lot of people's, but it's what works for me, and I think that's kind of one of the cool things about it.
Yeah, I really appreciate the remappability of the controls in Stray.
Mm-hmm.
It's fully remappable for pretty much everything, which a lot of games have remapping, and that's awesome because it's a really key accessibility feature, but also a lot of them will restrict what you can remap. You can't remap the movement or something like that on a controller. That's one that frustrates me a lot, but you can even remap whether you're using the stick for the movement on your controller. It's awesome.
Remapping is one of the key parts of the any % run because there is a prompt that you can use to ask for help from B12, and he'll come out and just kind of tell you what's going on, almost kind of like Navi in a little way of hey, where do I go? What do I do? And B12 will kind of give you a nudge in the right direction. But you can sort of use this to your advantage of having B12 come out while you're in the middle of running, and you can use that to sort of push yourself past cutscene triggers, and that's what you can use to skip all of the long cutscenes where you would normally get memories. So it's kind of a cool thing that you can use, that you have to use even for making the cat move the fastest, which I think is really interesting.
Yeah, any percent is also low percent because it is 0%. You get no memories and no badges. It's kind of wild.
Really is. And this is where we meet Doc, who, as you can see, is literally quite Doc Brown. Just slides on over.
There he is. Let's grab this memory. Look the cat straight in the face. And then we're actually going to leave this chapter after this. We don't need to finish it because we got all the memories. And badges.
You just get the checkpoint, right?
Yep. So we're going to jump out here. And then we're going to leave. Very convenient. And now we're in sewers, which is the auto-scroller part of the game, unfortunately for us. But great for donation reading, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty.
So this is just, we're going to be going on a journey through the sewers. We're getting out of the slums, and we're heading eventually towards Midtown, but we make a stop in Ant Village before then. The goal is really just to get out. And so we have to take a raft through the sewers, and that's what we're going to be doing. We're just going to be hanging out with our friend Momo. And yeah, more cat donations.
I have so many for you.
Yes.
Let's see. I have $5 from Pocket Jawa that says donating on behalf of my cat Alice, or as she's mostly known, the loaf.
Aww.
I love that.
I have $25 from Sen that says donating in honor of my fluffy orange boy Houdini, who is never happier than when curled up on my lap, like he is right now. Gotta donate to make sure this cat gets to experience some good cuddles too. That's so sweet. Oh, I love that. I have $25 from Sammy that says I had a little black cat named the Creature. He liked to crawl into plastic bags we left on the ground. He also likes rides in bags, so we'd pick up the bags and carry him around the house. Then he'd get upset when we put him down and he'd start crying. Eventually, he'd get a ride again.
One of my cats loves being carried in laundry baskets.
You have multiple?
Yeah, there's two. So Goggles is on the couch, and Jolene is, I don't know where Jolene is. She's a general menace to society usually, but she's probably somewhere causing trouble.
Is the nature of cats to cause trouble.
Yeah. Goggles turned around though, so you can get a better look at him. Goggles! He's not waking up, but he did turn around.
Am I good to keep
There's
going?
still time for more cats. Yeah, go for it.
Fabulous! Alrighty. Oh, I feel like you're going to really enjoy this. I have $25 from Evan that says it was impossible for me to not donate during Stray. And with passere running, I literally couldn't stay away. I'm not even kidding. Passere is a formidable speedrunner with an impressive history of playing perfectly adorable games starring cute little friends. Passere, I'd wish you luck on the run, but you don't need it because you're so clawsome. Please don't ban me.
Thank you, Evan. We could even do one more still. I think that then we're probably going to get to the action again.
Alrighty, you got it. I have $5 from Brett that says $5 donation, powered by my cats Ellie and Eli, who have always searched for the meows on Stray. Shout out to my friend Lux and their dogs Bear and Sulu, who must endure Stray's meows during this awesome speedrun. Sorry boys, it's a cat's night tonight.
I have to say, so Goggles does not care at all about the meow in Stray. Jolene looked at it for like I don't know, a few seconds, then was like, that's not a real cat, and she just ignored it after that. Because I know, like, on Twitter it was like, cats watching Stray. It was a trending thing, but...
Oh, that's cute.
No, my cats were not interested.
This is where we say goodbye to Momo.
Yeah. Bye,
And he's
Momo.
like, hey, tell them how brave I was, when all he did was just sort of row a boat and go back home. We did all the work, Momo.
Yeah, this cat does, like, a lot. Because
oh yeah,
the robots are going to... The robots will also be destroyed by the Zerks, so they send the cat out to run faster than they can, basically.
yeah, because the metal that the Zerks evolved to eat also includes robot metal, and so they're literally at risk of being munched to death by these guys. But thankfully now, because as we skipped through a part of the game, we obtained what's called the defluxer, yet another little nod to Back to the Future, which is that purple UV that Passere is actually shining on Momo a little bit. It's basically direct UV lights that the Zerks do not like. In fact, if we put them on the Zerks, as you'll see in a little bit, they'll explode. They just pop like a balloon.
I'll shine it on some up here. Oh, come on.
It's very satisfying.
It's satisfying.
They also squeak, which I only feel a little bad.
You can't do it too much or it'll burn out, which is kind of like it. When you're playing it casually, it's the challenge of like rationing your light. But
It also
speedruns,
plays
we can
into the
just
core
shake it off.
plot
Yeah.
a little bit of like in a cutscene that we are skipping because we don't have time to watch B12 have an existential crisis like twice. Because he snaps out of it just in time to save us, he burns himself out. We have to carry him to the end, and by the time that we get to the end, it's all used up, and we don't get it anymore. So he
So they're
saves
actually-
us, but
Yeah. There, I grabbed a checkpoint so we can do a checkpoint reload. But before we get to reload the checkpoint, you guys get to see this really creepy eyes? Multiple eyes?
yeah,
Oh, not
Pit of
the
eyes.
I know, the pit of eyes. That is in every sewer. That would be terrifying.
yeah.
This really is a horror game.
But now, this is where we get to water run.
Oh boy. One of the most cursed glitches of this whole run that people figured out how to make it work, but I don't know if they necessarily know how or why it works. It just does. I think it's jumping from one of those things that you can run on to one of those things that you can't, and messing just like with the interactability of different things. Now without the Spyro head, you can line yourself up.
I did a run of this with the Spyro skin.
And you
was
got
awful.
it
Wait, I got
first
it
try,
first
too.
Wow.
Oh my god. Well done. And
Water
you get
run
through
is
the
one of
wall.
those tricks. This is fast.
Wow.
Peak Stray gameplay right here, guys.
Heck yeah.
Water run, even for people who have it really consistently, it's still not fully consistent. And you can try it again. It's just really unfortunate to like get a run that's on really good pace up to that point and then lose it because water run just didn't work.
And so because we do water run, one, to skip under that door, but also to mess with the physics of that next section, which is where the existential crisis cutscene with B12 would normally happen. So normally in this section, we'd be running like, oh no, like B12's like destroyed. We have to run through this area with Zerks without the ability to kill them anymore. But we have B12 and it's fine. So it's just a casual stroll at this point.
And there's no music because there's supposed to be a cutscene playing right now. And it's not, so there's just no sound.
You'll hear the music right at the end because the amount of time that it would normally take, which is kind of funny to me.
Just dead silence and the Zerks attacking you. And the meowing, of course. Always
Of
the
course.
meowing. The music will come in here, though.
And right there.
And it's done.
It's like a little jingle that you got through the door fine.
Yeah. So this is what was supposed to happen, is that our friend B12 was like incapacitated, so that's why he's on the ground there. But with the glitch, it just doesn't make any sense. And that'll happen later too, when we have B12 when we're not supposed to.
We're coming up to one of my favorite places in the whole game, with one of the best soundtracks in the whole game, which we unfortunately don't really get a chance to see too much of. But
True.
It's okay. This
Go
is
listen
Ant
to the
Village.
Ant Village soundtrack, guys.
I highly recommend it.
So the first time I'm gonna walk into the cutscene on purpose, and we're gonna let B12 have his existential crisis, but then we're gonna go back and skip it.
Because, spoiler alert, B12 was like, oh yeah, I helped a human out in all of his experiments and stuff, and like, I'd like to find memories to restore and figure out like what it is we were doing, but surprise, B12 is the human, and it was a human who, via one of those capsules there, which is actually a, one of the capsules that could actually be seen inside the room where the B12 robot was, he was trying to upload his consciousness into a robot and failed, or into a companion and failed, and so instead he just uploaded himself into the system and was stuck there for a very, very long time. We're just gonna skip this cutscene here by using that help interaction of bringing out B12 for the help while we go over that cutscene trigger spot, and we continue on. But yeah, that's what B12 is having a problem with, is he realizes, oh shoot, I was the human the whole time. I need to rethink everything about my life, because he finally knows who he is now.
And so because he's like thinking and processing this, he's not available to help you pick up items or get new memories, which isn't fast for speedrunning. Sorry,
No.
B12.
Having an existential crisis takes up too many frames, so we need to have you not do that. Sorry, not sorry.
I mean, it is better for him overall, right? Like, nobody wants to be having an existential crisis.
Like, you can look at your memories and, like, have some introspection later, but right now we have flowers to collect.
For charity!
Yeah! And the lady who really wants them.
And the lady who really wants them. So normally you'd have to, like, go up to the top and then B12 stops having a crisis, and then you can come back down and get all these things, but we do it in a different order since we stopped B12 from having the crisis at all. And this is Balthazar. He's like
second outsider, right? Yeah.
third?
Third.
Momo and Doc. Cause,
Right,
yeah.
he's the third one. He's the second one aside from Momo that we find.
Yeah.
And he made it all the way here and helped our friend Clem get the rest of the way. So it's sort of this, like, tag team, like, hey, like, each party helps us get to the next area. Kind of cool collaborative thing.
Yep.
Which I think is great.
Here's the person who needs flowers, and she gives us a badge for it.
We have 3, right?
Yeah, you have to get 3. Oh, 3 badges, you mean?
Yeah.
We have 3. Yeah, music, outsider, and flower one. A lot of the badges are pretty late in the game, honestly.
There's the song.
Yep. You get just a taste of the good Ant Village music.
And then we leave.
Then we're
Like,
gone.
it didn't exist at all. That's another reason why I like playing the 100%, is because you spend a lot of time in Ant Village and you get to hear the whole part of the song that's cool. So that's just, you know, my personal favorite thing about
In
it.
conclusion, play 100% glitchless.
Yes. Yes, thank you. It's a fun category, honestly. I need to do another run. It's been a hot minute.
I've been thinking about any percent, because then I can skip all of these cutscenes.
Oh yeah. You already got like the difficult cutscenes and stuff. So like, heck yeah.
Okay, so now we've reached Midtown. It's just kind of been our goal for a while, I guess. But we're gonna be meeting Clem. Before we do that, though, we have some things to do here.
Child robot. The only instance we see of a child robot in, like, the whole game is right there.
Yeah, what is that about? Like, why only one? Anyways, here's a badge. Oh, I did that wrong. I'll do it again. You won't do it again.
Oh my gosh.
There we go.
There it is.
First try. This one's the fun badge.
Cool
This is the
glitchy
shiny
cat.
one. And then we're going to do hat skip.
So
Which doesn't
normally
really
what we
skip
have
the
to
hat.
do, yeah, it allows us to get into an area that we normally would get into later, but basically our goal is to collect a hat and a worker jacket for our inside man bandit to get us into the Neko Corporation factory, where we are stealing the battery that they use to power the whole thing, which will power the whole subway. Why it's the same battery, I don't know. But we need to get in there, and he's the way to do it. So he sneaks us in with the best disguise of all time, which is literally the Superman Clark Kent thing of just putting on a hat and a jacket, and suddenly he is not Bandit anymore. And he gets us in, and it's pretty great.
So you're supposed to do like a whole sequence with like finding the person to open up the hat shop and everything, but we just skipped that, and like you can grab that wooden bar in the grate from the outside if you have just the right angle. And now we're at Clem's.
Just such a cool house. I kind of want like the
It
vibe
is so
of this
good.
house.
It's so good. Also, maybe a fire hazard. I didn't notice there's candles over there.
Oh,
Having a cat around all these candles, not the best idea. But she didn't know she'd have a cat over.
true.
So Clem just tells us everything that Lumina told us, except we already knew that, which is why we were doing things out of order. And now I'm breaking these cameras on purpose. Because these robots need to dance.
I do want to cut in for just a moment to let everybody know that we are less than $200 away from making the incentive.
Hey.
So, friendly reminder, when you send in your donation to tell us about your cats, remember to assign your donation to the incentive. It's going to be great. We get cat naps. And we get to hear about your cats. It's a win-win-win scenario. Malala Fund gets donations as well. Everybody wins.
That's true. The cowboy is in Midtown, so
Yeah.
this would be the prime spot to hit that incentive.
Like we just stole a police badge from a dead guy.
Yep. Fine. Normal. I mean, an actual cat would not have a problem with that.
No, of course not.
Oh, wrong item. There we go. So, now we steal more things. We
Had to have him
put that-
walk away long enough for that.
Yeah. This is our buddy, who's gonna get us into the factory. And I was able to jump into this box at the same time before the cutscene transition happened, so we got to skip a little bit there. And now we're going to use this flawless disguise to get into the factory.
It's perfect.
Nothing wrong with it at all.
Look, they just have a
I meow here.
super smart inspector at the door who does the very thorough inspection of it. It's just like, yes, is this a box labeled with Neko on it? Yeah, seems good. All right, you can come on in.
I can't actually meow here, so I guess there's that. It's not a meowing box. It is just a box. I love that you can hide in boxes and stray, though.
I do agree. Because this is the stealthy Metal Gear Solid section where we meet the second enemy of the game. So there were Zerts, which will pounce on us and eat us. These are Sentinels, which are the like people who are keeping track of protecting the factory, that will tase us if they see us. But we have a little bit of time before they activate, so we can thankfully avoid them.
And it's a one-shot. Like, if you get hit by it, that's it. You have to go back to the checkpoint. So we do not want to get hit by them.
Yep. Ooh.
The fastest way to get through it is to just run through. And hope that they don't get you, but the problem is that sometimes something weird will happen and they will get
That was
you.
close.
So please don't. Everything's fine. This is okay. Please don't get me.
They're like stormtroopers in the fact that they're not the best shot, so you can really just dodge and weave and immediately get out of the line of sight, and they're like, must have been the wind, and just go on to ignore you.
Oh no, is one here? Okay, good. They can follow you all the way back here. It's rare, but it's really unfortunate.
This is a cool puzzle that you're normally supposed to solve of like, how do I get all 3 robots on these 3 panels to move everything down to get the battery, because this is where the battery is located. But instead we're like, what if we didn't do that and we use them to put them in the right spot and get it on only 2 of the buttons, because we are going to stand on the 3rd one and use this barrel to jump up just high enough that it will give us the prompt to grab the battery as it is going back up, so we get to skip a good chunk of this whole puzzle.
I have some fantastic news. We made the incentive!
Hey!
Hooray! Thank you all so much for your donations. Chat, I knew you could do it. You are all so amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys,
Thank you.
We'll go take a nap actually right after this. We'll get a few more memories and then we'll take that nap.
Yes.
We'll take a little mid-run break. Okay, so we got the battery. There is one memory that doesn't unlock until after you get the battery, and then there's one other memory over here that we're gonna grab, and then we'll take a nap.
Perfect.
So this is actually the police station.
That for some reason opens when the factory is off.
Yeah. I don't
So.
know.
Bakery is a
this
favorite
one.
of mine.
Finding this one was a pain.
Yeah. I like the way that you get yours a little bit better, because like sometimes it's like, you hop up here and you go in another one before the guy
Alright,
walks
guys.
over. Oh yep.
Here's our buddy.
Cowboy is so confused.
Uh-huh.
And then he's
What
so
is
happy.
this fuzzy creature?
Aww.
And then he goes to sleep. There's a whole lot of different nap spots, and there's also robots that you can rub on, and they'll give you the heart face. But, well, it's not fast for speedruns. You can also, when you wake up, you do a big stretch.
Big stretch.
And
Yes.
It's so good. He doesn't notice when you do that, though. He only notices when you jump on him.
It's like, oh, hello.
Hello there? So anyways, this is your reminder. Mid-run. Get something to drink. Maybe get up and stretch. I won't. I'm setting a bad example. I'm sorry. But that's it. This is our last moment of calm, and then I'm gonna wake the cat up, and we're gonna go from here.
In a world that seems insane and hard to deal with, it's okay to take a break sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're rested. We're ready to take on our enemies, and we're going to save the day.
Cool.
And these sentinels are not going to get us. Okay, they didn't. We're fine. It was because of the nap. It was because of you guys donating for the nap, obviously.
We're gonna get perfect sentinel luck, and we will not get shot this whole game.
Nope. Of course not.
Ooh. See? Perfect.
Of course not. Oh, who's aiming in?
It can shoot in sometimes. This is the worst.
Okay, whoops. So now we're collecting pieces of a puzzle for where Glenn has gone, because she's not here. But we have to figure out where she is. So she left all these clues so that other people couldn't find her, because she is wanted. by the police.
She put the note at a height only a cat could see.
Yeah.
Just for us.
Oh, hi. What's up?
Oh, hey. Was he just over in the corner?
Yeah. Well, didn't see us, so it's fine.
A safety strat there is to just a reset checkpoint because it'll reset the position of the sentinel, but we don't have time for that.
No, that's... I did see, in Anemian's world record, there's like 4 sentinels staring at him when he comes out there. I didn't even know there were 4 on the top floor. It was terrifying when I saw that.
That's scary.
Right? Oop. Okay. So we're gonna leave Midtown shortly. We just have a few more things to do.
We have to get into the club, but not quite the right way you're supposed to do it.
Yep. So right now we're going to do a wrong warp.
Is it just because you reset the checkpoint on the window?
Yeah, something about... So I reset the checkpoint and it took me back to where I was supposed to be, which was Club's house. But something about resetting it on the window changes like the coordinates of it. And so when you reset again, it takes you into the club because it thinks you're in Club. But then it does weird things because you never actually like hit the checkpoint to enter Club. It's weird. I could not fully explain it.
But hey, it works for us because there's a memory in like the kitchen / basement of this place that we need to get. And then because we're in Club when it thinks we're not supposed to be, we can go and talk to the guy at the window when we go back, and then use that as a chance to do what we call cat jam, which is skipping the club by like going over to the window. He'll move away from it so we can interact with it, and then instead of going back in, which you're technically at this point in theory supposed to do, we jump out. And then it'll
Which you're not supposed to be able to do.
Yeah, it'll load the next section, which is jail, which, surprise, Bandit betrays us for money. And we can get outside in this really weird street, fall in a specific spot, and land in that loaded jail, skipping the entirety of Club and the Bandit betrayal cutscene. And now we're in the section where we save Clem, which is what you see happens in said betrayal cutscene.
But obviously, he never betrayed us.
Clearly.
No.
He's still a good guy. Sorta.
But we also, what this means is that, like, we were supposed to have B12 get taken away from us, but B12 is never taken away from us. And so we still have B12 right here. We're not supposed to be able to talk to anybody because one of the other things that B12 does is translates the robot dialogue for us. So because we don't have B12, we can't actually talk. It's all gestures. I'm still meowing because it's just reflex to meow during cutscenes to skip the dialogue, but there's no dialogue to skip.
The cool thing is, though, is that, like, later on, we do talk to Clem, I think at, like, one point to skip things, and that this entire section, all of what Clem is saying actually has dialogue of, like, oh, hey, we need to go over here, or we need to go that way, which means that, like, the developers coded in them to actually have things to say. How we ever were supposed to figure this out is a mystery, but it's just a cool little thing of like, oh, the dialogue is always there at any given point.
Yep, there it was for a second there.
Like, we need to find a way out. Can you help with the door? Let's hope Clem doesn't bug.
Yeah, it is possible for Clem to soft lock here.
So if Clem does not cut the fastest path, then that means that Clem decided to bug for a reason that we still cannot figure out. Oh, good.
Thanks, Clem.
Thank you.
And this is where you're going to see 2 B12s.
You gotta take B12 out after you grab B12.
The double B12. Which one's real? Actually, you know, the real question is which one is more real, because you can't continue without rescuing B12. You have to rescue B12 or it soft locks. So does that mean the one down there is real and ours is an imposter?
I think so. In theory, that's how it looks.
So we don't actually know what she's saying here. There's something funny you can do here, though. With potential uses, but... You can get her to open the door early.
Nicely done. You're really good at opening doors, Clem. You can do it from like 3 feet away.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
I think I've seen runs where like you can basically get like a
you can
good way through here before like the cutscene activates, where it's like, oh hey, you can't be seen by these guys.
And we're back here. You can even jump all the way into the box. That's by the first laser.
Oh yeah.
And that causes some weird things to happen. Oh! You can't actually fall. Well, you're not supposed to be able to fall. Sometimes you can if you're out of bounds, but you can't actually fall. You just, like, lose your grip and, like, half fall off and then claw your way back up.
Get a little bit slippy.
Oh, that. Please don't. Please don't. No. Oh. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. They can get you during cutscenes. We'll just do it again. It's fine.
Yeah. Rough part about it is that it puts you all the way back here.
Yeah.
This is why jail is one of the most hated sections. It can be a run killer because you might have like a really, really good pace, and then the sentinel will see you and will put you back a
this one's safe.
Fair amount.
Yeah. I'm just gonna... Yeah, I'm not gonna do that again. Oh, it still saw me because I still hit it slightly. That's okay. It didn't actually lock onto me this time, so we're fine. But not only can the sentinels move during the cutscene, we can move during the cutscene. So I guess it's a double-edged sword. It just killed me just now, but also, like, I just used it to get his really fast.
Whole B12,
yeah. Now we have 2 B12s. Which one's real?
I think you can keep him out so he's out during the cutscene.
Oh, I don't think I've tried that. Let's find out. Oh, yeah.
There he is. There's 2 B12s.
I haven't done that before. Oh, and he's gone. As this one comes back online.
The 2 B12s become 1.
Now we actually start getting dialogue. So I do have a purpose for meowing like this. I just started way early. All right.
Is interacting with that door what soft locks it?
Yes. I'm pretty sure.
Cool.
And I think you can close it again. I don't know if that fixes it. I don't remember. But yeah, if you open the door, and I think if you open the door before getting the duplicate B12, I think it'll stay soft lock. I'm not sure though. Moral of the story, don't expect it to work, but you can try.
Despite having B12, you need the other B12.
Yeah.
We come to the other awful part of jail.
Do some teamwork exercises with Clem.
Come to the yard. The guards become the prisoners.
Oh, no, I did not want to get up there. Holy cow. Okay. We'll do it again. It's fine.
Our goal here is to lock
deaths?
these guys in here. So we can do that by interact with the door on the outside, running in, the door closes behind them as the sentinel follows us. But sometimes their pathing can be really funky, and they can still shoot through the doors.
Yeah.
So it can be kind of tricky.
Now we have to wait for Clem to catch up. Because once again, the robots are much bigger targets than cats, so they sent the cat to do all the dangerous things.
Can I make an announcement really quickly?
Yeah.
Well, since we met the catnap donation, we have another incentive open for the first run tomorrow, which is the first level blindfolded for Here Comes Nico. The runner Naomi plays will be running the first level blindfolded. She has 10 minutes to complete an attempt and 3 attempts total right after she finishes the run. So that is definitely something to look forward to tomorrow and something that you can begin plugging in donations towards right now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And, let me know if there's ever a moment where I can read some cat story donations. We have plenty.
Probably just read some now, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah? Perfect. I have $5 from Megnog that says, "This is from my stray, my Finn bub, who has saved me time and time again." We have $100 from Reverend Gumby that says, "Good cats deserve naps. Thank you so much for your generosity. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much." Oh, I have $25 from Solmus218 that says, "Greetings from the Stray Speedrunning Discord. Passere and Lumina, you're both awesome, and I'm proud to be part of this community with you. Best of luck on the run, and good luck escaping jail. Also, trans rights."
Thank you.
Thank
trans
you.
rights.
Trans rights.
All right, early van.
Just cut this corner, and we can hit van.
No!
Oh no!
I don't know. That's okay.
If you cut the corner in a specific way, you can hit the interaction prompt for jumping on the back of this van like just a little bit early.
But now we've gotten away. We are running for it. Or Clem is.
This jump that Clem does out of this truck is like the most satisfying little animation. And I can't explain what it is, but just the slide hop is just so good. Like, just what?
It is good. It is good. But now Clem tells us to run. Save ourselves, basically. Get out of the city. Somebody has to get out of the city. And she thinks the cat has a better chance.
We can meow and they just will not notice us.
Yep. Suddenly the Sentinels are deaf just for that one.
There's a bigger, faster target than us, I guess.
True. So now we're going to use that battery. The battery we got from the factory obviously also works to power the subway.
Which, fun fact about that battery, is that in Dead End, if you spam the interact button, trying to put the battery where it's supposed to go, it will crash your game. It happened to me. Yeah, it happened to me, and I get terrified at that section every time. That I'm so careful of all right, one button press for this, and so yeah, I was like, oh no, what the heck happened? And people were watching me run. It's yeah, that happens at that spot for no reason. And I'm like, okay, so yeah, the battery is very finicky.
In unrestricted, we just skip it. It's fine. Now we're gonna take a little subway
It's not
ride.
the battery, but every time I see that section, I'm reminded of the Dead End part where a battery can crash your game.
But we powered on the subway. We're gonna get going. I love the cat's tail physics in the subway, or actually it's anything that moves. The rats too, but the cat's tail just goes sideways. When it gets lighter, you'll be able to see. As we wait for the door. So there you go. See, it's just perfectly horizontal.
There's a crowbar in one of the seats in the back of the train, which I think is a reference to Half-Life. Sumis?
Sumis? Yay!
Sumis!
We have to have a trick named Sumis. Of course we do.
Yeah, interacting with just that part of the escalator stairs will make your cat just move up it really fast.
Now we're going to do some catricel. Gotta get the cat puns in.
push this through the door just enough so that when we jump on top and turn it back on, it will just spin in circles because it doesn't realize where you're at, and then it will get us to the other side of the door.
Ta-da! And here we are. We are at the end of the game. This is the control room, as you can see from all the signs. But we just got our last memory, actually, so we're going to get something special from B12 for that.
LCD jacket. It's like holographic. It's really cool.
I wish we spent more time with it 100%, but obviously, like, you can't get the memories early. You get them in order for a reason, because it's fastest, so you just kind of only see it for a little bit at the end. Oh, cat does not want to jump. Cat is a cat. Of course cat doesn't want to jump.
And we become a menace, and we press a bunch of buttons on a keyboard and turn on all the computers that are off.
Very important cat skill. Now we're going to do more very important cat activities, such as ripping up wires.
We do as we do best. Destroy things. I think he even comments on it. Like,
yeah.
Like, just do it.
You'll do what you do best. Destroy stuff. Something along those lines. And then B12's gonna hack stuff for us.
In these cutscenes, you can actually run. In the cutscenes that are about to happen, so like you can see the cat running along the floor. It's the same kind of cutscene where it's not a pre-rendered cutscene like in jail, much like in jail, where because we have ability to control the cat during it, because it's not pre-rendered out, we can move ourselves to where we need to do while the cutscene's happening and save some time.
Now we have one more thing to break. And we are gonna have another sad cutscene, unfortunately. Sad and happy at the same time.
Yeah. I feel bad every time the sad cutscene comes on because I can only see B12 as a particular item that I remember from my youth.
Oh no.
It's the binocular things that had like the rotating wheel of image, and you would like press a button, it would like go to the next wheel, like the next image, and you like look through them like binoculars, and that's all I can think of when B12 falls motionless. And I feel bad about it, but it kind of helps numb the pain a little bit.
He does look like one though, whatever those were called.
I had a red pair. Yeah.
I had a red one too.
He just looks like it when he falls down, and I'm like, thank you for everything you did, buddy.
Thank you for your sacrifice, B12. We'll miss you.
I think in my auto
Viewmaster. Somebody in chat has Viewmaster. That's
Viewmaster, yeah. It was like the little plastic thing, and you could like put different like collections of images in, and you would like just click between them, and it was really cool. I forgot that had a name. I didn't know it as a kid.
But I mean, B12's sacrifice was worth it because we did what was like our only goal this whole time. We opened the city, and we opened it not just for us, but for all the robots.
If you actually stay and sit here after it comes back to us and we gain control of the cat again, you can actually watch the entire roof open up, which is really cool.
It is really cool. I really recommend this game casually. It's really, really awesome. But the light is destroying the Zerks because they're sensitive to UV light, and that's what the sun has. For some reason, it also kills the Sentinels. Don't know why that happens, but it does, which is convenient for Clem.
You're good now, buddy.
And now we can escape.
Yay! The number of times I've accidentally jumped back up on that computer just trying to like mash buttons to wake up is a non-zero number.
And you'll notice the robots up here, actually, they are still doing their original functions as programmed by the humans. Like, so it's not all the robots that gain sentience.
It's just the socialization of robots I think it's just the amount of robots that just like were left to their own devices that just kind of gained sentience over time.
But time is gonna happen at the top of the stairs. So that'll be now. That's time.
Hey, good job.
And that's Stray. 100% unrestricted. We get this nice peaceful cutscene of our cat friend at the top of the steps. And we have saved everybody.
Yay!
So yeah, thank you guys so much for having Stray on here. This was a ton of fun. If you want to learn more about Stray, about speedrunning it, I mean, we've already talked about a lot of the categories here. We've got this category, there's any percent unrestricted, there's also glitchless for both of these as well. So we've got a lot of options for you, and we have a lot of resources to help you learn these different categories. We've got some great videos, some great glitch documents, and stuff like that. I'm just going to put us in a nice little nap spot for the end of this, because this is the last run of the night, which means that next run is sleep. And what better way to head off to bed than with a nice peaceful
the one up
cat
here.
nap. This is my favorite spot.
It's
this
so
is in
pretty.
Clem's apartment.
It's like a city apartment spot.
There's so many other places you can take a nap, but this is just a little taste of it. But yeah, I'm Passere. You can find me at twitch.tv/Passere, and I stream a lot of animal-themed games. It kind of was unintentional, but now I guess it's kind of my brand. I've got 102 Dalmatians, got Stray. Sometimes I've played Yono, the elephant game, stuff like that. So if you like retro games or if you like animal games, come check out what I'm doing. And Lumina, where can they find you?
You can find me at twitch.tv/phoenixlumina. I play a lot of story games, but I also do Stray, or speedrun Stray, both any percent and 100% glitchless. So, yeah, come hang out. My stuff, my theming is a little bit more on the bird side, but, you know. Yeah, definitely check out the Discord if you're interested in learning to speedrun, as the game has like you mentioned earlier, the in-game achievement for speedrunning. So, the game encourages you to play the cat game fast. So if you're interested in doing it a little bit faster than casual, come check us out.
And have a great night, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Passere and Lumina, for doing such an amazing job on this last run for the night. And I just want to squeeze in a few more donations before we start winding down. I did want to read this one donation. We have $25 from Serene Source that says, "My wife and I have a cat named Minnie. She has pretty amber eyes and likes to alert us when bugs are near, but refuses to hunt them." We also have $5 from Deluxe Flame that says, "Shout out to my first cat out on my own, Kiki. He likes to munch on cardboard and talks a lot." There were so many amazing, wonderful, and heartwarming cat donations that we could not get to, but thank you all so much for watching the stream, for sending in your support, be it in chat or through donations, by meeting all of these incentives. It has been an absolutely fabulous day with our comfy horror scenario. I think that we had an amazing time. Friendly reminder that we will be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have a whole bunch of games tomorrow that are going to be awesome, and you should absolutely look forward to them. I, myself, am looking forward to the Stardew Valley 2-player glitchless marriage run with the Valiant Son and a 20-something loser, but that might just be my bias talking. There's also Fire Emblem Three Houses later on in the night by Aeon Frodo, and of course, Here Comes Nico, which is the first run of the day with the first level blindfolded incentive open. You can donate whenever whenever you are able to, and hopefully we can meet it before the end of the run tomorrow. We are going to be taking a short break, but you all should stick around because we are going to be spreading the GDQ love to another wonderful speedrunner immediately afterwards. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I've been Blackheartwings. This has been Frost Fatales 2023. Have a wonderful night.